So we're going to be looking at function machines. Function machines are a machine that performs a function. It does something to a number. So they might add something on, they might multiply by a number, or they might subtract a number, or they could divide. Any operation can be done by a function machine. We have two numbers that work around it. So we have our input, which is the number that goes in, and our output, which is the number that comes out. So for example, let's start with this first one. Say we put in 3 into our input machine and it added 2 to it. Our output would be 5. What do you think our output would be if my input was 4? So if the input was 4, the output would be 6. Let's try one with the next machine. So if we put in the number 7, we would multiply it by 4, and my output would be 7 times 4, which is 28. So I want you to pause it and see if you can figure out what the output is if the input is 5. So if the input was 5, the output would be 20. 5 times 4 is 20. We'll try one more, but we'll try this one a little bit differently. So what if I tell you that the output is 8? Now our function machine has subtracted 6. So there's a number over here that we've taken 6 away and it's left us with 8. So going backwards means we need to do the inverse operation. So if we go backwards, the opposite of subtracting 6 is plus 6. So 8 plus 6 is 14. My input would have been 14. Can you tell me what my input would have been if the output was 10? So in exactly the same way, if my output was 10, we'd add 6 to find the input, and my input would have been 16. Now we're going to look at double function machines. So our first one here is going to be plus 4, that will then lead to multiply by 2. My input is going to be 12. So 12 plus 4 is 16. So let's just write that there to remind me. And 16 times by 2 is 32. I want you to have a go at the next one. So if my first function machine is plus 4 and my second is multiply by 2, what would the output be if the input was 7? So if the input was 7, 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 times 2 is 22. Did we get 22? Let's see if we can do this one backwards. So we have a plus 4 and a times by 2, and I'm going to tell you that my output is 30. Can you tell me what my input is? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, working backwards then, we had divide by 2, which is the inverse, so that would give us 15. And then the opposite of adding 4 is subtract 4. 15 minus 4 would give me 11. This time I've got some questions for you to try. I want you to have a go at these function machines. I'm going to give you 2 with an input and 2 with an output. So my first input is going to be 5. The next input is going to be 7. My output for number 3 will be 20. And my output for the last one will be 34. Pause the show me, have a go in your books. Okay, so my answers will be 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 times 3 is 36. And then working backwards, 20 divided by 4 is 5. 5 add 6 is 11, so the input was 11. 34 minus 7 is 27. Divided by 3 is 9. Let me know how you got on.